What up, folks? This is my classroom on a Friday as I'm getting ready to leave. My desk is a little dirty, teacher problems. Yeah, my little area kids come up here when I'm teaching, take notes and whatnot. Yeah, I'm on my way out. Friday is the week. Earlier when I went to Subway on it at lunch, it was making a weird sound. Currently don't hear it though, which is good. I didn't really think of anything to talk about before I got on the bike, but I figure since I'm on my commute home from work, I'm a teacher, so I figure I'd tell you about how I became a teacher. I'm originally from San Bernardino, Victorville to be specific, 760. I'm from Victorville, and I came out here. I did cross country and track and field in high school, and I didn't really know much about college, and I didn't really look into it at all until my senior year. I guess I was lazy, so I didn't really look into any of it until then, and I actually had some recruits contacting me, and then after I got recruits contacting me, I got a little more serious about where I wanted to go for college and whatnot, and I was recruited to go to Fresno Pacific out here in Fresno, run track and field cross country. So I did my undergrad there. I did 4 years straight undergrad, and originally I was a video major, and I wanted to work on like TV shows and eventually worked my way up to bigger things like movies and stuff. But one summer, I think it was it freshman going to sophomore? I think it was sophomore going to junior year. I worked as an after-school program, or I worked at an after-school program. And yeah, so that was in this place called Huron and Coalinga, these small towns out west a little bit, and we worked with junior high students, and that was actually a tough job, or was one of the tougher jobs I had at the time, but I really enjoyed myself. Oh, a bunch of dirt, gotta put that down. I really enjoyed myself, and I had a lot of friends who were in teacher education at the time, and they were just telling me stories about class and whatnot, and I started to think, man, I wish if I could go back, I would probably do teaching. And I thought that I was too deep in the game to become a teacher. By this time I'm like a junior turning senior, and I'm like, man, I can't just start all the way over. I'd be here for another like year and a half. Then I found out I didn't have to get my degree in elementary ed or in teaching. I could finish the degree that I was going for, which was multimedia, and then afterwards get my teaching credential. So that's what I decided to do. I got my degree in multimedia. I'm a comm major, and then I went into the teaching program. And so I did 4 years of undergrad and a year and a half of teaching, or the teaching program there at Fresno Pacific, which is an awesome program, by the way. If you want to be a teacher, FPU is definitely one of the better schools to be going to if you live in this area. It's a little expensive, or a lot expensive actually, but it's definitely worth it. But after I finished student teaching, or some people call it interning, I wasn't an intern because I wasn't getting paid for it. And when you're a teacher and you're interning, you usually get paid for it. But after student teaching, I was a long-term sub for 5th grade classroom, and that was tough, but I learned a lot. It was my first time actually being in control of my own classroom for a certain amount of time. You know, I had subbed around a little bit, but I had never had to actually plan lessons on my own and actually, like, I am the teacher here, you know. So that was really good for me. After long-term subbing, I got my first teaching job, actual teaching job, in Hanford, 5th grade. So I spent my first year teaching there. Learned a lot again. You know, I'm the actual teacher now. I'm not just the long-term sub. Work with some awesome people. I had some awesome teachers that I worked with. I guess didn't exactly work out for me there. As a whole, just different personalities, but which was a blessing in disguise, because I ended up getting to work with quite a few friends that I went through the teaching program with, and it was just, it's a public school, but it's a charter as well. I'm at a public charter, and totally different environment than what I was in last year. Yeah, it was just totally different environment. Like, you know, I became a teacher because, you know, I wanted to teach, right? When I first started, I really enjoyed, like, working with the students, and I just felt that at my first job, I wasn't really teaching anything other than how to pass a test. Yeah, so it was just rough, but now, like, I don't know, it's just a totally different environment. So I'm in my second year of teaching. I mean, kids are kids. You're going to get, like, the street is really wobbly. My voice is all echoey. The kids are kids, you know. So pretty much, you'll still have kids that have attitude, okay, but you're going to, I don't know, it depends on your relationship with this student, your ability to build a rapport with this student, or the impact that you have in the classroom. I don't know, that's what I really like about it. The impact that you have in the classroom can change a kid's life. And I mean, I know that's, like, sounds pretty, you know, pretty lame, especially if you're not a teacher, and even to some teachers as well, but really that's, like, why I started, especially being a guy teaching elementary, teaching 5th grade. A lot of kids, they don't have positive male influences, and I forget about it sometimes, and it's a good reminder to know that you actually have an impact on somebody's life, whether you forget it or not. That's, like, I don't know, I think it's awesome. And nerve-wracking at the same time. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's my story. I'm only in my second year of teaching. Not like, I'm definitely not the teacher that I want to be, or the best teacher that I can be at the moment, but continuing to learn and continuing to develop as a professional. But yeah, so that's how I got into teaching. That's how I got my job now, and that's how I ended up in this location with this bike. So I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for future videos and whatnot. Catch you guys later. Peace.